What's up, everyone? Weekly Dama news. Another round of it coming straight for you. I am the host, one of the hosts from KENDERTAINMENT, MJ. What's up? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. We're going to be covering what happened within this week in Dama news. It is January over here, the 24th in Japan. Okay, a beautiful Monday. It's nice and sunny out there. Hopefully we'll be joined by our buddy Rylan, co-host, who didn't begin this way. It started out as a solo mish, and then he hit me up. He's like, hey, would love to do it together. And I'm like, you know what? Hey, why not have some help in this journey we have looking at the Dama news and seeing what's up. So everyone, we're going to be just jumping right on into it. And the biggest news, should we just touch upon the biggest one right away? Who should we hit it first? Because there were a few things that came out. I'll just, address the elephant in the room. Kendama World Cup 2022 is happening. They say is happening. COVID, the big C word, I already said it. The numbers are actually spiking up here in Japan as of recent. So it's kind of interesting that they've announced this. I'm sure that it was before, late last year. It was the numbers were like nothing. They were not there at all. So it was like, I don't even know if, they probably saw that and was like, hey, we should do it. We can do it next year. It's going to be a good thing. It should be awesome. Right? And I'm guessing the people over at Hatsukaichi down in Hiroshima were like, yeah, it's going to be a good thing. We could do it. Or maybe they have more provisions, more safety measures put in place where they feel like we can do this 2022. In any case, that's what's happening. Then KWC, did I say that? Kendama World Cup. Hey, we all are a little dyslexic here and there, different variations of it. I don't know where I stand, but I'm in there. I'm in that group. Yeah. So, Kendama World Cup, or the Karate World Championship, or the Karaoke World Conference. However you look at it, there's a lot of KWCs. Yeah. Oh no, I was right. Kendama World Cup. Ha. Okay, so that's one thing that happened. And if another one that is a big one, if you guys remember, if any of you old heads, any of you old Kendama OGs remember back in the day when Kendama USA, you probably don't remember when they first released their YouTube video, the very first YouTube video. If you go back in the catalog, if you go to the Kendama USA YouTube and you scroll and scroll, it'd probably be better, maybe better with a mouse. You'd be going this way. And scroll all the way to the beginning. You will find one of the first Kendama edit from Kendama USA, and it was really just a mashup of different types of inline skaters. Does that sound old? I don't know why I said inline skate. So rollerbladers, pros, aggressive inline skaters, as well as skiers playing kendama. Okay, and this was like before, I think this was when like Kendama USA was being created. So it was a big thing, and this one familiar face was in there. And I remember watching this video and being like, who's that? I'm like, man, that guy is very colorful. This one dude covered in tats. He has his shirt off and stuff, and I didn't know who he was. He had his Rasta hat on. I come from a skateboarding background. I had a few, aggressive inline skater friends. But I had a pair too, and I tried it out. We had soap shoes. Come on, who had soap shoes? Let me know. Bladers, thank you. Boston is a clean way to say it, But I didn't know any of these people. I didn't know people who were pros and stuff. So I didn't know who this was, and I was just like, okay, a gang of people playing kendama from back in the day. That's really cool to see. And one of the dudes was Frankie Morales, who is, now I know, legendary in the bladers community, in the scene, and he was one of the OGs in the Kendama USA videos. Crazy to see, especially now that he has become a Sweets mob. Over on Sweets Kendama, he's on the mob team right now. He definitely, goes and fits in, making a well-rounded team on the mob squad right now. Mob squad, the mob. You got inline. Why am I continuing to say inline skaters? You got rollerbladers, bladers. I guess, yeah, bladers sound much cooler than rollerbladers. Definitely better than inline skaters. Bladers, that has the aggressive sound to it. So you got bladers, you got boarders, as in like skateboarders. Who else? We got BMX bikers. We have some mountain bikers. I forgot all your names right now. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? There's snowboarder on the team. Maybe even, comedians, if you guys saw that Jerry Seinfeld clip, possibly, future down the line, what's the deal with this Kendama? And yeah, I'll stop. It's cool to see that that Sweets reached out to him, possibly. I don't know who did the reaching. I'm guessing because he seems like a pretty, big icon in the blader scene. So that Sweets probably went up to him. It's like, hey, or we know that Reed Stark, he's doing a lot of work pushing the Mob Squad, growing it. All the EDM DJs too, musicians in there too. Then it's really cool to see that Sweets, how they've had this mob, and it really is taking like the driving force of spreading Kendama for other people, to other genres of like-minded individuals in different fields of a hobby that we all can relate to, but is not the same, right? But then this is that one thing that we all say. So many people say, Kendama brings people together. This is like the one thing that's connecting, that's sewing the connection between all these different types of X game sports, if you will. So it's really cool. Awesome job, Sweets. Has it. I mean, the Dama looks like it matches this dude very well, Frankie very well. The aesthetic, it's very loud, very colorful, pops in your face. It'd be awesome if we had like, an homage to his gold grill that he's got, his teeth. Like, could we have done a gold string? Or is there a gold bearing? Tara's got the gold bearings. If you were to put that on the mod, I don't know if it's a secret or not, like maybe it is, and like you don't know until you get it, and they just wanted to keep that like little Easter egg hush hush, but that would be, I think it's a good idea. Who do I contact? Sweets, where are you? So that is one of the things that happened within the news. Another big one is, KROM. KROM's all over the place. KROM's always doing amazing stuff. And KROM released a quick video of all of the lineups of the Kendamas that they released last year. And it was, 47 different Kendamas. Of course, they're including, I believe, I didn't count them all. Who's got time for that? I think they're including the pops as well. Okay? Now the pops are what? There's a grip of them, just like looking at the pop, the different variations of the colors. Probably, I'm guessing like 14 or something. Let me know. Yes, super hyped for this mod. Found Kendama through blading, says Boston. The first edit I saw was the Kusa edit with Frankie. Got to chill with him a few years later. Now his mod's on the way. There you go. It keeps, there you go. Right, so straight through blading. All right, came into it. Became a fan of Kendama. And now look at you, Boston. Now you're playing so much Kendama like I didn't even know you rollerbladed. But then, you throw some clips in there. That's awesome. Stay active. I have not skateboarded in such a long time. Last time I tried was years ago. I took a spill, and from then I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a break, guys. Sit down for like 20 minutes or longer. So it connects. Intercrossing. Bam. Okay. The fellowship is coming together through all the aggressive stuff. Where was I? KROM. Oh yeah, so releasing all the Kendamas, that's really cool. They also had like a little story, which I totally missed, that it seemed like it was where they're like asking the community, which one should we bring back? And I totally missed the story. I forgot. It was like over the weekend or something, so I was with the family, couldn't really participate and see what everyone was voting. But really cool thing to do and to see, and hopefully, people will jump on that. I would definitely have chosen that Grey Ghost Kendama that they came out with. I forgot who the collab was with that French design group. I could be totally wrong. Was it a fashion group or just a design group? I'm not sure. But that one, with the gnarly bevel cut all around the bevel, definitely want to try that one. And the other one would be the 11 year, because they only had an 11-minute 11 year. I just got that 11 minutes open for the 11-year birthday Dama. Am I late to the party? Did you guys know that? It just hit me right now. That's why you only had 11 minutes to pre-order that Kendama. Still not in anyone's hands, right? I think it was at the end of January, beginning of February-ish, that they said that the Damas will be rolling out. Kendrama's in the mix. Yo, what up, dude? Let's join. Let's chat. Having my MC buddy in here. So let's see if we... Yes, okay. Ooh, Boston, starting it up. If anyone has any questions, let's get the questions going down at the bottom. And we'll answer some questions towards the end. Okay. Kendama, let's get in it. This is the invite, right? Yes, here we go. Okay. So yes, I would do that one and the 11 year. I wanted that. It looked super nice, super clean. Yeah. Overall, around, I like the real natural look to the whole thing. Very, very nice. The design that they have gone with, they can go very extreme, very loud, and they can also go very neutral, minimalistic, but still have it just work so well. And I think that's the kind, a sense within the European world that sets it apart. It's really awesome to see. So that would have been my vote if I took part in that whole thing. Okay. So we're going to keep it rolling. Connecting with Kendama. We're always connecting Kendama here on KENDERTAINMENT. Okay, the KROM thing that I was going to talk about before I just had a brain fart was that KROM just sets the bar, sets standards, I believe, in other ways, here or there, many ways. And one thing that I kind of noticed was I think KROM was the first one to have this really, really great stylized post of the pros who are going to be attending Battle at the Border, right? This year, with this weekend. Come on. Really hilarious kind of mugshot stylized post. And then within it, they also had, or after it, I think it was, a video, almost like a news briefing of these warrants for arrest for these different types of pros that will be going to set the bar, right? And after that, all the other companies followed. If I am not mistaken, I believe KROM released it first. I didn't do enough research and news research to make that fact, but I'm pretty sure because they're just on it. So props to KROM, making shit happen and just solidifying a style for other people to then jump on and then take apart, and then collectively everyone now has this higher kind of quality sense to it, and possibly gives everyone else new ideas. If you've ever gone into content creating, a lot of people are what should I do, what kind of things should I talk about? A great idea is to look at what other people are doing in your niche and then kind of go off of that. You can build off of that. Don't exactly copy them, but throw your own flair to it. And that's what everyone has done. So really cool. Just wanted to point that out because, hey, something I thought I noticed. I was ooh, I wonder if everyone else knows about this. All right, Kendama, let's do it. Come live. So we are also doing the podcast jam. I am taking these videos, putting them up on the cloud in the ether webs and the monster webs, and you can listen to them. I'm sorry because right as I was starting this up, I totally forgot. Listening to the past audio, my audio is pretty crappy since I'm using my device itself and not a little headphone thingamajig. So that's coming for next week. But Rylan's in the house. What up, dude?
What's up? How's it going?
Doing good, doing good. Everything's been cruising along. We just touched upon a few stories, but going to be just continuing on through the news. Thanks for joining.
Always,
again.
Dude, yeah.
Again, everyone who's joining right now, we'll do a little Q&A session right at the end. So use that little question icon down at the bottom and ask us a question. We'll try to answer as best as we can.
Yeah. Yeah, and you scared me a little bit today because you didn't post like the countdown or anything.
I did, yeah, sorry. I did like 20 minutes before. The whole day yesterday I was at the park with my kids, like didn't have time. Or the phone died, that's what it was. So I couldn't do it. And then I got back to the house. Busy. All the Dama dads know what's up. So then this morning when I woke up, because I got your message at like 5 in the morning when I was sleeping. So then I got up and then I finally was like turned on the device and looked at it. It's like, oh snap, yeah, I totally forgot all about that. Bam, got it done. So thanks to everyone for seeing that and being here right now. So let's get to the next part. Let's see. It has been a announcement that we talked about of Frankie Morales, a blader in the scene, becoming a part of the Sweets mob, and there has also been a someone who has left a team. We see that from Idaho, Jacob Watts has stepped down as an analog player. Now, was he a pro for analog? Yes.
No,
he wasn't.
Sorry, I think he was just on their team.
He never had a pro. Ridiculously good. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Or okay. I wonder if he was pro, but then they just never created the pro mod for him. Because who knows? It says this. He has an announcement within his post on his account saying that there's no bad blood or anything. I just need to move forward on my life and the train for my life is going this way and analog's possibly going that way. Maybe I don't know if there's a differ of ideas on what they want to do, or maybe he's just he just wants to continue doing something else, branching out in different ways, foreshadowing everyone. But yeah, that's cool. Good to you, and as I love and always know that the Kendama community is very, very supportive and sees that he's going to go, and everyone's like commenting like, do it, can't wait to see what happens in the future. So there you have it. Jacob Watts is no longer on analog, and there's no real hints like in the past, like when Moti left Sulab. After that, he was just always repping Soul Damas, and I think he has a good match with the rest of the Soul team, and then Soul's been reposting a lot of his clips. So I think a lot of people already mentioned in the comments of that too, that when's Moti gonna go on Soul. But yeah, in this case, Jacob Watts, I don't know, he might be taking a break for a little bit. Well, is he gonna jump on something else?
I get the vibe, and we talked about this last week, that Jacob Watts was the Cooper Eddy of analog. He was their film guy. If you needed a clip filmed, Jacob Watts, I feel and he edited a lot of the clips and stuff that they did. So he might just be looking maybe for something that's more serious or less serious. But it could go either way. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. I don't have any inside scoop, but I mean, he's really good. So maybe he's trying to go for pro for somebody else. I don't know.
yeah, possibly. But that's all part of the news, and this is what we do here on the weekly Dama News. We just share what's going on and then our 2 cents of what we think. And sometimes we have some background info on it that we can give you, but this one is a mystery. So we'll have to see as the whole story unfolds. Yeah. Okay. Another one that I saw was there wasn't too many Damas that were released, but one that I noticed that I've seen was, there's the Q Kendama from, where was it? Somewhere in California. I wanted to say Sacramento, but I could be totally wrong. But in California, doing hand turns, and there's Occult Kendamas as well doing hand turns. Both of them really focusing on Spectraply, and I think that's the whole. I was, mentioning last week how if you're going to step into the Kendama scene right now as a smaller company, you really need to make a big splash for people to notice. Yeah. And going like Spectraply is one way to do it, because a lot of the bigger brands, I mean, before, the biggest one that was doing it was Grain Theory, and they kind of stepped away from it because, like, price range, I believe anyways, I'm not so sure, but, you know, when I dropped my splice and it just like, not splice, Spectraply, and it just kind of like fell apart. And it wasn't a hard drop, it was, I think it was just like, I'm just holding it like at a jam with my buddies, and like for some reason slipped out of my hand, not doing a trick, and it just fell on the floor and just like, fuck, cracked off. That hurts the soul, it hurts the heart. And then you think about it even more, and then it could possibly hurt the wallet, and could probably, you know, make you feel like, I'm not going to buy another one of these because this can happen. Of course, it's going to be able. There's no way of really assuring that it's never going to happen. But these other smaller companies possibly taking a chance, but looking at it and being like, hey, we're going to do our shape in these very colorful pieces. And yeah, I just wanted to highlight that Occult Kendama bringing up cool stuff. And the one that I really liked is how they touch upon messing with the setup, like Sarado. Of course, you know, bigger companies, Grain Theory did this with the hybrid, with the walnut and maple. But here, you know, they're really adding extra weight, especially that purple heart Sarado. We have the Zebrano and a Paddock on, I believe, on maple. Yeah, they look like maples. And then ash Tamas. But that's definitely a cool look, cool idea to be rolling with. So Occult Kendamas, if you guys are interested to support a smaller brand, hey, why not give them a try?
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, and you definitely have that sort of like same sense of like, it's a little bit more expensive and premium because it's like hand turned. But I think if you're going to go that route, I think Occult is a great brand to go for because of that reason. Yeah,
exactly. And that's cool. And you don't have to worry about any paint. It's natty. So, but that doesn't mean you can just grab a Tama that you have that you prefer and throw it on there, and it would be pretty sick. So check that out. We're going over to, hey, Battle at the Border is happening. But there has been a recent, probably, what was this, like? Oh, just a bit ago? Oh, wait a second. Was this hours ago? Yesterday? No Jumper Kendama released their Battle at the Border 2021 video up on YouTube where you can watch it. It's about a 10-minute video. I just finished watching it, and a lot of tricks done by the team out there gathering together. We got an extra side guest and over in the Rylan household. So it was really cool to see them get together. The vibe is very like homely, I would say.
Yeah.
Not so much focus on the on the tournament that happened with Battle at the Border. Again, last year it was online, so very reminiscent to NACO, where everyone's just sitting in front of a screen. But here they had the house, and they all gathered together. And it was cool that they did take, you know, the chance to film an edit, and now it's out to give you to amp you up for 2022 real life Battle at the Border.
Yeah, and I like edits like this where it's like sort of like the NACO, the Sweets team edit that comes out around NACO every year, where like there's not a lot of times when everybody's like all together. So it's just cool that they were all together, so they just, you know, they were able to get something out, especially with like COVID and everything. Like it's tough, right? But one thing that I think that you probably don't have, because I missed it, is also related to Battle at the Border. 2 weeks ago, Soul did like a pro mod new box unboxing, like talking about their new boxes. And one of the new boxes was the Kevin DeSoto mod. And they're like, oh, you know, there's nothing in it yet. Wink, wink. Come to Battle at the Border. Wink, wink. But also, they've been talking about like a new shape. They've been talking about like a new Soul shape for a long time. Like it's been in the pipeline.
Oh, wow.
But nothing concrete. And so I'm sort of thinking that sit down. I'm sort of thinking that the new Kevin DeSoto mod might be on a new shape, and they might be announcing a new shape at Battle of the Border.
Yeah.
because it's kind of been a while since the one-up has been touched or changed in any way.
Right. Yeah,
and this is all very speculative, but I was just going back.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, hey, there you go. You picked that up, and I'm sure anyone who also was on their YouTube channel, right? I've seen they recently been releasing a lot of like unboxing or prize unboxing for Battle of the Border. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it was very brief. It was like Chad was like, "Oh, we don't have the Kevin DeSoto mod because we'll have it at Battle of the Border. Wink, wink. So be at Battle at the Border."
Yeah.
But the way that it came across was just like it's a little bit more special than a new Kevin DeSoto Pro mod. I don't know. I wouldn't get your hopes up too high because I'm just a guy. I don't know, but
Hey, you know what? But no, I think it makes a lot of sense. It is Soul's organized event.
Yeah.
They're going to bring something hot to the table. We already noticed that, Alex Mitchell has released a little trailer of a new edit that he's going to be premiering at the event. And his post, it says clearly that it is something where he really tried to get as technical as possible, think outside of the box. I'm sure there's a lot of, ideas, not ideas directly from Fringe Case, but I'm guessing, wants to get that sense of doing something just really different. So, and there's really small snippets of movements that he has in some of the tricks. It seems like it's all POV. And so, yeah, interesting to see that. And who knows, it seemed like that Kevin DeSoto's mod, when it came out, is really helped shape the one-up. Did the one-up come before the original KD mod?
No.
Do you remember?
The original Kevin DeSoto mod was on the last shape, and then the new Kevin DeSoto mod.
Oh, okay. Was
just to and he talked about it in his episode on the review. Like they put that out just to say that he had a shape on the one up, and that's another time that they kind of mentioned there's another shape in the pipeline. So he was like, this was just to get me on the one up shape. So
okay.
So I think, and I really don't know, but it really seems like there's gonna be a new Kevin DeSoto mod. And it's probably going to be on the newest shape. Hopefully.
A new shape. Okay,
yeah.
Hey, that would be
1 second.
That would be no worries. That would be a good way to do it because people want to support the homie Kevin DeSoto as well as check out that new shape and have a premium on that shape before they kind of open it up. Similar to the crafts, how they would release Kendama USA releasing these new shapes on a craft first and then bringing them over to their China-made Hongdui factory-made kendamas. So that could be it. And Boston was saying, I forgot, Kevin's edit for Battle of the Border will also be releasing then too. So that if you go to Solo Kendamas, they have a tentative event schedule. It seems like packed 2 days filled with stuff. Of course, the second day is when the competitions will be happening. So there's not so much happening. So it seems like there's going to be a lot of hype for Friday, January 28th, when it's going down. A lot of team demos, because since a lot of teams are going, it's going to be really cool, bringing back the Kendama World Cup vibes, where each, sponsored team comes out and they do a little performance, a little demo. Everyone's giggling and clapping, having a good time. So be ready to have a good one, because that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. And
everyone.
I'm really bummed out, and I know that it's always been this way, that Battle at the Border has always started on a Friday, but the fact that it starts sorry, excuse me. The fact that it starts on a Friday bums me out, because I didn't want to ask for the time off work, and I don't know, then I feel like I'd have to fly in on Thursday so that I'd be ready on Friday, and it's if it started on a Saturday, then maybe. I mean, NACO's the same way, right? NACO starts on Friday, but
yeah.
I really wish I could be there. I really wish I could go. I just can't swing it with work. But it really looking at the tentative schedule, it looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. They've even got a slot in there for the group photo, which I'm sure they plan for a specific time every year. But the fact that they have it at 4:44 is the group photo time. They're psyched. You can tell that they're just super psyched to get back into it this year. It's gonna be great. So I'm bummed out that I can't be there. And good luck to everyone who goes.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, stay safe out there, everyone. Got a comment, just COVID is picking up. I was saying here in Japan earlier, and in the States, I have never seen any of the numbers and stuff, but it seems like from what my family says, it's rampant all the time. Seems like there's not many lulls compared to what we've seen here in Japan, where like the numbers reach like down into the double digits, like 12. But that was it happened for like a month. But now it jumped back up pretty high. It spiked because, you hear those numbers, you're like, all right, now we can go out. Sweet, it's safe. It's like, no, when you hear those numbers, now it's like time to just like, be diligent and just stay home for another like few months, because then it's just going to go down. But yeah, so everyone who's going, stay safe and be ready to be hyped. Don't share kendamas. Everyone's got their own kendamas, but enjoy.
No licking bevels.
Get ready for it.
Don't lick to yourself.
Bring a little spray bottle, a little spritz bottle, and just spritz. All right? So going over to events, Kendama World Cup, I mentioned it right at the beginning, Kendama World Cup 2022. Gloken has announced that they're doing it down in Hachikaichi again for 2 days on, when was that? July 30th, 31st. It is, I believe, later. In the past, it's been a little higher up on in the time schedule, the calendar. But yeah, more news to come soon. They posted, and very interested to see what happens. I believe this might be a kind of a difficult thing, just because a lot of the people who are coming over, who knows what quarantine is going to be like at that time. A lot of the pros before, in the past, everyone traveling came here to Japan and was able to just go straight into the event, have a good time. But now you're going to have to come to it and have extra money to live another, 14 days in quarantine. I'm not sure about the specifics of quarantine in Japan, like if you're allowed to like go to a hotel if you have one reserved already, or if there's a specific place that the government says like anyone coming from overseas, this is where you have to go. Not sure how hardcore that lockdown is, but we'll be keeping an eye on Gloken's account to see what's up with this year's Kendama World Cup Karaoke
That's actually
World
what
Championship.
That's actually what I was going to ask you. Is what is it going to be like flying into Japan for us overseers? Are we even allowed to go? It seems like we can, right? But like
right now, you're not. Right now, only people who have like permanent residency or visas to live here can go in and out. But of course, they're still in quarantine. If you are a Japanese citizen, you can come in and out. If you are here for a specific business trip, you can come and go. I believe that's the only ones that I know of so far. And they just specifically say tourist visas will not be given.
I mean, it really seems like Kendama as a business needs to go to Japan. I think that is going to push the bounds of my company. So I will see you guys at KWC. Let's go.
You'd have to, but seriously, if you were to do that, like you could do that, I'm guessing if you were going to be like having a booth at the event actually selling and you have proof of that, then you possibly could get, but you'd have to do it all beforehand. Sure, probably going to the Japanese embassy in your area, getting more information on it. And I'm sure, Gloken is going to be keeping up and informing everyone as more details are revealed about that whole thing, because that's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one for international players. If that's the case, then we were definitely going to see another Japanese in the champ position for this year.
Yeah, it's one of those things, right, where like I hope that they also do like an online portion, or like, I don't know, but
I mean, they can't.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll like have it. They're just going to do a live stream. They can't let anyone do it. Just jump in, because that's how it was in the past. There's plenty of people who would have killed it, but it's only for the people who are there at that time during the event to participate. That's
the toughest thing about it. I mean, I really don't think they're going to open up the country just for the Kendama World Cup. If we're being honest, you know, like
Yeah.
with the way that COVID's going, like I still think that things are probably going to be pretty tight. There's like a really slim chance that like in the summer months it might be a little bit better. So like
True.
maybe, but
True.
yeah, if you are living in America, I wouldn't get your hopes up too high. Don't book your tickets yet. Like,
Oh man.
just wait it out for a little bit.
Totally not sure, and it really sucks because it's a pricey ticket. It's a long travel, so it's not one that you could just kind of be like, oh, maybe this year. Like you want to plan in advance for it, as well as, you know, not to mention all the souvenirs. You're gonna want to save a lot of money to do that too. So it's a pretty penny, but amazing experience. Another thing that's happening here in Japan that is really cool to see that you will not see anywhere else, I believe, just because of how influential the kendama, how connected it is to the country of Japan. A freestyle freestyle space is going down. I believe, when was this? In January, February, March, April of this year, featuring the amazing Yasu, HC Hardcore, and Easy, because if you guys remember, I believe it was last year, they did an event with other freestyle sports athletes where it was straight up like b-boy style, where there's two people, you know, for people who know catch and flow. It's that style where someone comes out, they do a set of tricks, someone comes out, does a set of tricks, back and forth for like 40 seconds each. There's judges, they give their opinion of who should win that battle, and then that person moves on to become, therefore, a champion. And here it happens with freestyle, what would that be called? Basketball? Dribblers? Street basketball, maybe? I forgot. I don't know that much of that area of art. There's that. There is freestyle soccer, lifting. There are, of course, break b-boys there. There are yo-yo players, and I think that's it. Oh, and what is it called? Diabolo?
Diabolo.
We're not talking about video games. Diabolo is also in there, and really cool to see them highlighted in here because it's a space, again, that's going to be in public in the same place that they did it last time. And last time, Yasu and Easy actually won the whole competition. So really cool to see what they're going to be bringing out this year. Hopefully I can make it. It is actually not so far from where I'm located. And that'd be pretty cool to see how the whole audience really takes to it, because it seems like the judges are interested about the whole kendama, this new style.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds super cool. I wish that we had more things like that over here, right? Like, it's the hardest part about living in the country that kendama is not like originated from, is like you don't get cool stuff like that. But that's exciting. No, you gotta like make an edit about your time there.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Live in it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's. I'm gonna have to do some research, do some work, figuring out scheduling how to film that, so it's really makes you feel like you're there, and very cool. And another thing coming out of Japan, this is my last one, is high receipts, everyone. So we have the high receipts that, you know, very high end. This is the hand gesture for money in Japanese. This is money. So high receipts with Kaito, Yasu, Soma, and Nobu in a team. They've released very small edits of like a minute each on their Instagram as well as their YouTube channel. And they just released I believe it was like 14-minute high receipt vlog, volume 1. I did not watch it yet, but it just came out in yesterday, Sunday, Japan time, so it's out for everyone to watch. So go check out High Receipts on their YouTube channel to see what it is. I haven't watched it yet, but interested. You know, Soma's doing some pretty cool stuff. He's getting very nice with the cameras, with the editing, filming. Check it out.
Yeah. Cool. I just have a few things that I want to touch on really quick. Not super huge things. I think you got most of the big stuff. One of them is this. Is this another new Sulab clear?
No, I mean
What
that's the normal, absolute friction clear.
Oh, okay. Because
Just new,
in the
just
video it
new
says like
colorways.
friction clear paper version or something. Paper
Oh,
version?
really?
Where'd it go? Yeah, I
Everyone
can't do
scramble.
I can't do the translate on my laptop. I can only do it from my phone. Yeah, it says something like new friction clear paper version. I gotta bring up translate now. But it says another very durable clear.
On which post? Which one? Which one? The one with the kendamas, like the full kendamas, because they have a few ones that are just like the tamas. Doing research right now, everyone. Live research. This is real life.
On this one, Instagram translate.
Yeah.
Says like friction clear paper and a new work announcement from Google Translate is what I'm reading now. It says friction clear ball only, so maybe that was a mess up on Instagram's side.
Right. Yeah. It says friction clear just for Tama. So they are releasing. Okay, it's not a full absolute. It's just the Tama option.
Okay. Yeah.
I believe that's it. Oh yeah, I see where it says paper only, friction clear paper only. Yeah, no, I don't know why it would translate to paper. Tama
See?
no me.
Instagram got me stressing over a new clear because when I don't know where my friction clear light is, but when friction clear light dropped, I was like really psyched because it seems a lot more. Well, it is. I play it more often than I play my other friction clear. It's more durable than regular friction clear. It's not as sticky, but it's more durable.
Oh, really? The light you feel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
Regular friction clear is super durable, but it maybe it's just the price. But I'm afraid. I'm afraid to play it. I'm terrified.
It also might add to the fact where the porous wood that they use ash pretty much all the time exclusively for the absolute, for the friction clears, and for the lights they don't. So you'll be able to have possibly something that's a little more durable, I'm guessing. But I've seen a lot of the players, especially when they first dropped, and I saw Moti using them. A lot of him were pretty haggard, a lot of chips and stuff. But it is still durable, and if you like that style of paint, that's the one to go for. It is not the ridiculous hype beast that everyone plays it out to be. It is a really good paint, but if you want to buy it, you should buy it. Don't go crazy over it. It's not the Tickle Me Elmo of 2000 or 1990. All right?
I think it was 1997, but
there you go.
What was that noise? What was that noise? Okay.
I don't know. That was Tickle Me Elmo, trying to give us some bad voodoo.
Yeah. And then my last thing, which is just a dumb little off the wall thing, is we got Alex Roush.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna get that. With his ratio cleared Norks mod is sticky, super sticky. And just for comparison, I've got this one that I've been playing a lot, and it's getting pretty broken in. It's still very slippery, but it's definitely not. I mean, even if I really get a good, almost. Oh man, my light just turned off too. Oh, this is a bad day.
But it's also connecting with how the temperature is, what the humidity is in your location. You are in New Mexico. It's going to be drier out over there. I believe when Pro Clears, when they came to Japan, it was really ridiculous. There were times where my Pro Clear that I have, my Owase, right out of the box, there was a small tap to it, and then it was slippy, grippy, back and forth. But then it really shines during the hot, humid summers here in Japan, where you're just sweating nonstop. And that thing, just like Roush's picture, I would be able to pull up lighthouses or lunars, going to throw it, and it would stick. Or even go to the big cup and going for a juggle or something, the Ken would stick to the Tama at that point.
Yeah.
And now it is back. I stopped playing it so much. It is back to being a slippery dude. So that's the thing I'm guessing with ratio is going to be that kind of back and forth feeling out, as well as where you're located, what the weather is like, is definitely going to affect. Oh, it was a millisecond.
Almost. Yeah. You get a good, click in there. There we go.
But really, everyone, you don't want that. You don't want. It's so annoying when it happens. No. If you want to do a trick shot kind of thing, then okay, yeah, you could do that. But it doesn't mean it's it's the best. But it's just crazy. Look at this thing. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. That's it for the news. Some people gave us some questions. We'll do a little Q&A right now.
Yeah.
Down here, Boston hit this up with a few of them. Will you be at Kendama World Cup 2022? I don't know. We'll have to see how things play out. Rylan right away. No thought. No. Me, I'm not sure. I would like to. If it's happening, I would like to. I'm going to do my best to try to make it out there, vlog again. That would be amazing. He also comes through with another question. Dominor's recording at Battle at the Border, ? I'm going to have to hit up Rod. He is all over the place right now. Kind of hard to contact him. But yes, I would like to. Again, all the Dominor's fans, thank you for supporting and keeping with me. We're not going anywhere. We have 3 episodes that are backlogged, and I'm struggling through editing. But one I'm very close to finally releasing. So we got 2 that were recorded last year, deep ago, but then one recent one in December that me and Rod did a solo sesh where we kind of bring everyone up to date. So as for, probably. Boston, probably. Most likely.
That's exciting.
Next question. How do you feel with Tara working with Kendama Depot, also Analog and Soul now as well? Dude, Kendama Depot. I think that's a really cool thing that... Oh, I can pin that, right? I think it's cool how... I forgot to do that. I was just looking at it. I couldn't see your face. Okay. I think it's awesome, and I almost wanted to talk with Mr. MJ from the Depot, because him being able to bring so many kendamas there, I'm so curious about how he'll be selling kendamas. Is this the best opportunity to buy from him? You can go online and he has very specific weight match, or not weight match, but weighted all of the items, the sarado, the sword itself, the tama, and it's really cool how he could do that. But now you're gonna be able to do it in person, so you can see what kind of grains you like. Maybe you just want to switch it out. Hey, screw the whole weight matching. Look at the grain. This is going to be one sexy ass Dama, and you can slap it together. And it's a really cool thing that I don't think anyone else has done. And I'm more curious to see how other companies feel. If they're there having a booth, but then there's Depot selling their. I guess they should be good because Depot already bought the goods from them, so yeah, they should be fine. Should be fine. Rylan, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say there would be hostility, but if you're picturing it that there are 2 booths right next to each other, and one is Sweets and one is Kendama Depot, it's kind of a bummer. If everybody goes just to Kendama Depot just to get their cushion tamas or whatever. Because, at Battle at the Border, Sweets has to drag all those out. But, yeah, all of the tamas and stuff that Kendama Depot is selling, and Ken's too, right? We're all purchased. Yes. Buys those, in bulk, essentially. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that Sweets is, taking a loss or anything. But I think that if you know that Kendama Depot is going to be at the same event as you, maybe bring a little bit less kendamas if you're a kendama owner. You know what I mean? Maybe not.
Possibly, because, or maybe, yeah.
You got to keep in mind that he's gonna sell it. If you're both there, if you and MJ are it's also MJ, right?
It is also MJ. Yes, it is.
That was a trip.
Which one are we talking about?
If Kendama Depot is also there, you got to imagine that at least 1 or 2 people are gonna pick up your kendama from Kendama Depot. It's just bound to happen, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say don't bring any kendamas to an event at Sweets or Soul or Analog. But just be prepared. If you sell out of all of your boost Luzus, maybe Kendama Depot has some. So maybe that's beneficial to you. Because you can say, oh, well, he's got some over there. Like, there's pros
exactly.
and cons. I don't know.
I think it's like you could even look at it as the other brands and companies can be learning possibly from Kendama Depot, as in like, hey, a lot of people like, wow, he really moved all of just like only cushion options for, you know, for if we're talking about sweets, you know, then maybe that could give them an incentive to like, maybe, you know, for the next run, let's order an extra like 100 Tama onlys and put those back on the site. Because that is something that they did a while ago. But maybe it just didn't work out because of when they need to order in bulk. Who knows the process of that, but you know, it could be a kind of a heads up or giving the bigger companies an idea of what they can possibly dip their hands into.
Well, the best thing that Kendama Depot has going for them is that he weighs each item individually, and you can purchase that weighted item. Like this Tama is from Kendama Depot, and it's like a 74, and I bought it because I knew it was a 74. Actually, a friend bought it because it was a 74, and then I traded him, but that's besides the point, right?
You knew the
like, yeah, he was like, I want a Rhino Clear Tama, and I want it to be between 73 and 75 grams, and this is what they had on the site, so this is what he got. As opposed to like sweets, where now they do have a weight match guarantee, but you're not guaranteed a 74 and 74 setup. You're just guaranteed that they're going to be matched.
Right.
Which I don't think sweets will ever lean into. I don't think that they'll ever weigh each Tama and list them individually. They just won't do it.
No, it's way too much work.
Yeah, I think Kendama Depot always has a leg up on the competition in that way, or in that category alone.
Yeah. And I doubt that any companies will see it as a threat just because it's so small. You know, it's run out of his basement pretty much. So they're like, whatever, sell our products on your site. That's totally fine.
Yeah, and I mean, Sweets is still selling Kendamas, right? Like, he's still buying them, so...
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no, there's definitely a few on there that I was like, oh, that's cool that they are able to bring, like, a lot of, right, like the Kendama Israel, those Rhino Clears, and other types of Tamas over to places where people are like, hey, I don't want to buy directly from that company overseas because of the harsh and very expensive shipping, but now, you know, he did that for you. Maybe there's a little extra price. He should be jacking up the price because he paid shipping to get that stuff here. I'm not sure. I never compared prices.
They're not like absurd. And I don't know if he still does it, but when he ran it all through Instagram, your first Kendama that you bought from him, he covered shipping. So like,
whoa.
I bought a Sweets Kendama from Kendama Depot, brand new inbox. It was like $50 on Sweet's website, $50 on Kendama Depot's Instagram or whatever, right? And he was like, oh, I'll cover shipping because this is the first time you've ever bought from me. So normally from Sweet,
maybe I should try that.
Regardless. Yeah, right? I mean, but he's just a great guy. Like, I know that he does it, like, probably to keep the website up, like I do with Kendama. Like, I don't make bank off of that or anything. But he's definitely not, like, trying to turn it into this, like, Kendama brand. Like, he's doing it just out of the kindness of his heart and to keep the website running. So, yeah, I mean, prices aren't absurd. They're not as cheap as they were if you were in Israel, probably. But, they're not crazy. I think it's modest.
Okay, right? Because, like, you know, things are usually, like, jacked up here. Like, you know, you'll see maybe a $40 Kendama coming from any of your big companies, buying them from Sulab or Glowken. They do all the work to bring it to Japan. So at the end, a $40 for you guys is like $60 over here.
Yeah.
You know? But hey. Same
for Sulab, though. Not only impossible to purchase, but also getting it to America is expensive. It sucks.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm afraid to play it.
Hey man, to each their own. You don't have to play if you don't want it. You just look at that beautiful thing. All right.
I do.
Okay, so that's it, everyone, for this round of Kendama Weekly News. Thanks for joining us. It was a good one. This will be going up for podcast for everyone's listening pleasure in a little bit.
Yes.
I've been trying to drop them onto YouTube as well. So be on the lookout for those if you're tuning in just now and haven't watched the whole thing. But yeah, that's it, everyone. We'll see you next week for another round of Weekly Dama News. Rylan, good shit. Peace out, everyone.
Thanks, dude. Bye, guys.